Major Beats, the heavy hitter.
You have entered the doors to This Is Where Zap podcast, also known as Tawia. So therefore, you are now affiliated. You are now family. Thank y'all for stopping by. We want you to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and also turn on post notifications so you know when we post our videos. Yes, we have dope content, so you will never ever miss it once you hit that bell. Thank y'all for stopping by. I go by the name of El Jefe. I'm your host, and I got my partner, my co-host, Shelly Baby, in the house. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.
Major Beats, the heavy hitter.
Man, that's super dope right there, man. That was super dope.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It's your boy, El Jefe. And I got my lovely co-host, and she goes by the name of
Shelly Baby.
And you know this in the house. Hopefully everybody had a great Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and Thursday. Because it's about to be the weekend. I hope you guys are ready for it. Because I know I am.
Yes.
How's your day going so far, Shelly Baby?
My day is going wonderful.
That's good. That's
Wonderful.
good to hear.
Your day.
Mm.
El Jefe. Bars.
My day. Oh, bars. My
What about
day.
your day, El Jefe?
My day for El Jefe, I must say that it's going great. You know? Yeah. But it's going great, man. I have no complaints. It's a beautiful day.
It's awesome.
Yeah. 6 feet above ground is always great.
Oh, yes, it is.
You know?
Yes, it is.
Things can be worse, but they aren't.
It could be. It could be.
You know why? Because I got the man with the greater power above me. He's around me. He takes me the places I need to go. He guides me on my journeys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So who's going to complain? Who has room to complain when you got the bigger man upstairs watching over you, guiding you, telling you your moves, the moves you should make, the moves you should not make? I'm not complaining.
Most people don't want to hear it anyway.
They don't want to hear it. That's true. You're right. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
So give it up for the people that just work hard, don't complain, and do what they got to do, and just do what they do. They don't worry nobody. They don't pressure nobody but nothing. Give it up for them people. Give it up for them folks, man. Shit. We don't ask for much. We Leos, you know. We Leo just do what we got to do. You know, we don't bother nobody. We just do what we do. We don't ask nobody for no favors, nothing. We go after what we just do. Just, hey, I'm going to do what I do. Why you didn't ask me for no help? We just make it happen. Sometimes, you know, the worst feeling is the people you think you can depend on.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
You can't depend on them. You ever had that happen before?
Oh, many times.
That's the sad part. The sad part about life sometimes is thinking you got somebody that's right in your corner, but they're not. They make you think they are, but they're not. Only when
people.
Yeah, only when something is involved in return.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if it's a favor for a favor, something like
That's
that. That's
true.
Yeah.
Well, like they say, you know, you might have many people in your circle, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're all in your corner.
Boom. Boom. Yeah. That's true. That's facts.
Mm-hmm.
That is 100% facts.
Absolutely.
Mm-mm-mm. So y'all, check this out. Today's episode, we're talking about holding yourself accountable for things that you do, things that you say. Accountability is what this podcast is about today. So I hope you guys are ready because we have a lot to talk about. And I'm going to say, you know, if you got friends and family out there that, you know, let me say this too. Sometimes people are afraid to tell people the truth about themselves. Like, you know, advice and just having people to be honest to you. Like, I want people to be honest to me. Tell me if you're thinking I'm falling off track or if I'm doing something I shouldn't be doing or just, you know, just anything. Just let me know. Be a friend, be a family member to let me know if I'm doing right or doing wrong. Don't worry about if I might snap at you or curse you out or whatever. Just Just be that friend. Like, just take the risk and say, hey, you know what? If he snap, I'm just gonna take the risk. I'm gonna tell him you're not right. Yo, you're not right. You slacking. Just be that friend or family members. You gotta be that for the people you love, and then they have to understand that, hey, you're telling them this for a reason. You're telling them what you're telling them for a reason, and that's the part that's crazy. Sometimes they get mad at you for you being, like they say, real. You being real with them. And like if you have a friend, and they got some, females wear tight clothes, but what if she don't have the shape to wear certain type of clothes? You're gonna just let her go outside, you know what I'm saying? You want to let her know, hey, you got to pull your spandex or your capris up a little bit higher because you got a little bit of rolls hanging out, and she probably didn't even know that. You know what I'm saying? But you want to look out. You got to put people in place you got to have people in place to tell you when something isn't right with you, whether it's the physical appearance or the things you're doing, as far as business or whatever it is. Just be able to accept it sometimes. Sometimes you got to sit back and just listen to what people say before you start to snap and get mad at someone for telling you the truth. But anyway, Shelly, I'm going to go ahead and let you go ahead and take this one away. Let me go ahead and sit back and enjoy my drinky drink real quick over here and let you go ahead and talk your talk. Talk your talk, woman. Talk your talk.
Well, it's a personal accountability. Basically, it's taking ownership for the decisions that you've made, whether it's a mistake or whatever, and oftentimes those decisions don't always affect you. Sometimes those decisions that you make affect other people around you. And what happens is that, like you said, we don't always want to know the truth about those decisions and those choices that we've made. But an uncomfortable truth can warrant change. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I mean, we all make mistakes. We all do. None of us is perfect. But those mistakes can be very costly, And I believe that, even though those mistakes are made, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's the end of the story. That's the end of the world. It's not.
Right.
But oftentimes we veer on the side of the victim mode, and, we blame others, we point the finger, we make excuses, we get mad, when people come in and hold up a mirror and show us, the reflection of who we are because we don't take the time, excuse me, to self-reflect.
Right.
So rather than do that, we have to understand that those people that come into our lives to tell us, where we are, going down the wrong path, those are the people that have invested their time and effort and energy in us. So we shouldn't snap at them for telling us the truth. What they're trying to do is prevent, in many cases, a train wreck from happening. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, making a mistake doesn't determine your destiny,
right?
At all. Someone posted something a while ago, and they basically stated that sometimes your blessings are blocked by your inability to evolve, or your disobedience, really, to evolve. And sometimes you don't evolve or elevate in life because you're so busy pointing the fingers at other people and making excuses for yourself instead of just holding yourself accountable for the mistakes that you made. One mistake, whatever case may be, it doesn't mean that that's the end of the story. Right. You never let one chapter turn into a story. You have the ability to rewrite a different chapter by just turning the page. So, I mean, I'll give you an example. Sometimes when, like I said, we get into a victim mode, let's just say, we're in a relationship. We've seen all the red flags.
Right.
But yet we continue to tolerate it. And then we deal with another situation and we tolerate it. And of course, each time it hurts us. And then eventually the relationship, it dissolves, But immediately what we do oftentimes is we veer on the side of becoming the victim. And we point the finger at the other person and we say, well, look what you did to me. You did this to me. You did that to me. Yeah, they may have done some messed up stuff. But at what point within that relationship did you say no more, not enough? So rather than, veer on the side of victim mentality, it's wise for us to cross over to the accountability mentality. And instead of just saying, look what this person did to me, which you allowed it. You can say, well, okay, you know what? There was a lesson in this for me. So it's not what this person did to me, it's what this person did for me.
Right.
Because what people don't realize is there is a blessing in the lesson after you've learned that lesson.
This is true.
And so that's why I say, none of us is perfect, but we have to determine to become a better us.
Right.
We have to. So if that means separating ourselves from bad company, because like they say, bad company corrupts your character, and so if you're planning to elevate or evolve into a better person or become successful or following your dreams and accomplishing goals and all that kind of stuff, sometimes you have to separate yourself from those things that are no longer good for us.
Right.
That's true. So that's what I'm saying. It's like coming out of that victim mentality and just really facing yourself. Sometimes even facing yourself means to forgive yourself for the mistakes that you've made. So
I just talked to someone about that about maybe a month ago. You gotta look at, sometimes you gotta look in that mirror. Some people don't apologize to themselves for what you sometimes you put yourself through a lot. You gotta apologize to you. You can tell yourself, hey, I apologize for putting you through the things I put you through.
But you didn't know at the time.
You didn't know.
In some cases, sometimes you do, but still, even still, I mean, once you face those consequences, you still have to forgive yourself for your part in that situation.
Right.
Because like I said, it's easy to point the finger at other people, and say what they did or what they didn't do, but what part did you play in that?
Right. Exactly.
So.
Exactly. And everybody have a part.
Yeah.
That's where some people get it misconstrued. Like everybody plays a part into something in the situation, whether you're at fault or you got part of the fault. You got something in there. You got something in there. You're not as innocent as you look or think other people might think you are, but you got some faults too now. So yes, definitely, I understand that.
Yeah. Like I said, when you blame others and you point the finger, and you make excuses, I mean, you give up your power to change, and to become a better you. Right. I mean, because then you're stuck. See that mentality? You're stuck, in that victim mentality. That keeps you stuck. Right. So in order to evolve, like I said, you have to just make some changes. Yeah.
That's true.
That's my take on it.
Change is good. Change is good.
Oh yeah, change is good. Some people are afraid of change because, it's foreign, and oftentimes we want to be in control of, the outcome, but nah.
We aren't in control of God is in control of that.
Right.
I mean, you play a part of the outcome by doing what you're supposed to do.
Right.
But you gotta elevate. If you want to get to a different level, you got to understand that, hey, by doing what's right, playing your part, and then letting God do the rest. That's how I see it. So yeah, that's a good way. How you put it was really good. It's really good. Now, on another note, do you Do you find it hard to tell people that you are close to when they're wrong, or
I have. Mm-hmm.
and what type of
Based on
feedbacks do you get?
it sometimes is based upon excuse
Personality.
me, their personality.
Mm-hmm.
And how well they are able to handle the truth.
Right.
Sometimes people say, just keep it real with me, just keep it real. Everybody can't handle real. I'm just gonna be real
No.
about it.
Everybody can't handle
Everyone
that.
can.
I said no. Everybody can't handle keeping it real.
No, everybody can't handle not only just keeping it
Unless
real,
you
but
got
yeah.
some good things to say in there about them. If
Oh
it's
yeah.
more so
Oh yeah.
like, you want everything to be good, everything is good. But when it comes to something, hey, you know what I'm saying? You want to put them on, not saying on blast, but you want to tell them the real truth. They don't want to hear, but it's like you got to give them some compliments in there. You got to put these good things in there for them to, okay, you know what? You're right. But if you keep it real and you just say everything that they're not doing right, then now you're against them. They're not looking at you as saying, hey, you know what? This person is telling me something for my own good.
Well, I think it kind of goes into what they say, it's not always what you say, but how you say it. And so I think it really is, like I said, it's contingent upon who it is that you're talking to and how well they're able to handle the truth.
Right.
Sometimes people, when they're going to come back at you in a negative way, and sometimes people do that. They'll bring up what you've done.
Right.
Well, how are you going to come at me, and tell me this, that, and the third? But look what you're doing, and look what you've done. Well, this is not about me right now. I'm very much aware of what I've done. Right. Now I'm just trying to help you, because it's really what it's all about. Anytime you approach someone with a particular situation, you're doing that because you really care. Now, that's why, I think I've told you before, I don't really like that term constructive criticism, even though constructive means building something or someone up. Most people zone in on that last part, criticism.
Right.
Right. So I say constructive advice or constructive feedback, just so they can kind of, that's, kind of way of kind of putting a little honey on it or whatever the case may be. But
I just go with I go with the main word. That's what I would use, like feedback.
Right. Yeah, go with feedback. I mean, like I said, people automatically want to, think, oh, he's criticizing me or she's criticizing. No, I'm not.
Too far. Yeah, they go too far in depth with it. It's not that. It's just like someone trying. It's pretty much people trying to get you in the right direction. That's all it is. I mean,
exactly.
Like for instance, our podcast. Without our viewers, we can't be the best we can be if they don't give us some advice. Hey, we ask you guys, hey, what can we do to make our podcast better? What would you like to see? That's us telling you we would like your criticism.
Exactly.
Critique what we're doing, and then we can make it better based on what you guys want to see or hear, or the topics we can talk about. Or you guys may say, hey, you know what? Why don't y'all add this into some, your podcast sometime? Like whatever it is, we'll take in consideration. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to shoot y'all down and say, nah, this is our show. We don't worry about what y'all think we should be doing. But we want y'all's feedback. We don't want negative. We don't want negative.
Yeah, because I was about to say, because you have to be wise enough and discerning enough to determine what's constructive and what's destructive. Because you're going to have some people that's going to just come in and complain and criticize, and they're not trying to help. They're just trying to tear you down. So you have to know the difference. There is a difference between constructive and destructive. And like I said, if someone really cares about you and they're telling you something that you don't necessarily want to hear, but it's something that you need to hear, know that it is constructive. Right. Just know. Be wise enough to know that it is constructive. It's meant to help you, not to hinder you.
Exactly. That sounds good to me.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's in the most positive way that, when you can put something, like you said, it's not what you say, it's how you say it to people, and have them understand, hey, you know what, this is just to better you. That's why I'm saying this, not to bring you down, or to shoot whatever you're doing down. Just say, we're trying to figure, hey, how can we make this situation better for you? Or, you know what I'm saying, you as by yourself, not, just understand that nothing should be taken negative, because everybody's always on the defense mode when you're telling them, we're going to keep it real with you. Then you got to understand, keeping it real means keeping it real. That means we're going to say how it should be. We're not going to sugarcoat, beat around the bush. Just let you know, hey, let me know when I screw up. If I don't see me screwing up, I expect my family or my friends to let me know. Let me know when I'm screwing up. Get me back on track. You know what I'm saying? That's what I need. That's what we all need. And that's how we become better. That's how we elevate ourselves, by having people like that on our side. But yeah, definitely. Round of applause for that topic. I love that topic, because a lot of that's going on right now. Everybody's sugarcoating and don't want to tell their peers or their family or whoever when they got something going on. Hey, you ain't doing it right, bro. You're not doing this right, sis, or whatever. You slacking. You handling your business the wrong way. You got to tell your peoples that. As our culture, I think our culture is one of the, not saying the only, but one of the ones mainly that kind of withhold telling each other when you're wrong, because we're known to always snap back when we should sit back.
They think you're being combative,
right.
and an approach is not necessarily a confrontation. When you approach a topic or a situation, is not necessarily a confrontation, but of course, the person who does not want to be approached by that particular subject matter will deem it as confrontation,
right,
or means to argue. I personally don't have time for it. That's just me. Now, because if I'm giving you word to the wise and I'm trying to help you and you're snapping at me, okay, I'll just say, okay, if I can't be the one to plant the seed, I just pray that someone else can.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And that's good people looking out for you. That's all that means. Nobody wants to be yelled at or snapped on because, we're trying to tell you what's in your best interest. It's like getting feedback or getting someone to give you some motivation. That's all you got. That's how you got to look at it.
Yeah.
It's kind of just helping you. That's all it is. It's just help.
Look,
Now,
they think a motivator is a hater.
Oh no,
that's backwards. That's backwards.
Not at all.
Okay.
Yeah. Not at all.
Now you have to let your haters be your motivators, but your motivators are not your haters.
Nah, it's a difference, and you got to see it for what it is too. You got to listen to when people talk to you. You got to listen, see what they're saying, get something out of it. There's always, I said on the podcast, a couple podcasts before the last one, there's always medicine inside of information. Like all information is just something you don't need to bypass. It's information, and there's a medicine to take out of it. Just something you can take out to put in that brain, to put in that head up here, to go forward with your day. Like you can learn a lot by looking in the book. You can learn a lot by people talking to you, giving you information. You got to be a people's person in order to understand what criticism is. There's criticism and there's hate. Criticism is when someone is critiquing what you're doing and trying to twist it around to give you something positive within that criticism. Now, the hate, there's a criticism that's within the hate as well, too. There's some people will tell you, hey, you ain't doing this right, because they don't want to see you where you are. But they'll say, this is my constructive criticism to you because I don't think you're doing it. Now, you may be doing something right. Now, that's why I say you gotta really look into things when people talking to you.
That's right. That's
why if you sit back,
you have to be very discerning.
Be quiet, listen, take in, but you don't have to always, if you don't want to go with the advice you're being given, you don't have to. But at least listen to the message, and then you make your decision whether this person is telling you the right thing, or if you should just keep doing what you're doing and just move on. That's in the story. That's it. But just listen. Like people give me advice all the time. I listen, because it can be younger or older. I don't care how much younger you are than me or how much older you. I'm going to listen to your advice. But when I leave from wherever we're standing or sitting, that's up to me if I'm going to take it with me or not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, anyway, that's all I have to say on that.
Okay.
So, for any the people out there, just understand this real quick. listen to people when you think they got your best interest, okay? Just it's okay to listen. If you feel all right, it's like good energy. Being around good energy, people with good energy. If you're around people with good energy, you can sense it. And you can sense people that really don't want to see you go anywhere in life or go far or continue your journey that you're on, because you're going to have people that's going to feel like they're competing with you. You're going to feel that way too. Like you're going to feel like people are competing with you on your road to success, because you're going to start seeing people trying to do the same thing you're doing because they see your results. So you got to understand, you have to pay attention. You have to sit back and observe. Like, it's kind of like being in a room with people that's talking about other people, but you have to be the quiet one to soak in all the information. If this person is talking about that person and that person, then they could possibly be talking about me too. But I'm going to sit in like an elephant and I'm going to collect information. So you got to be like that with anyone that's in your circle, or with everyone that's in your circle. Just sit back and collect information. And if you want to take whatever you collected and it can be useful for whatever you want to apply it to within your business or within your everyday lifestyle, use it for what it is. But anyway, we up out of here.
Because I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. You good.
Because is the message a solution? Right. That's what you have to determine. Is it a solution, or are you adding to the problem? Right. Based upon what you're saying. Now, my last and final word is you either make yourself accountable or you will be made accountable by your circumstances. You either make yourself accountable or you will be made accountable by your circumstances. You may not be able to change your circumstances, but you can certainly make a change in you.
I know y'all heard that. Y'all got to think about that. Rewind this episode back and listen to what she said. And on that note, we up out of here. Peace.